So today I want to give some love to one of the OGs out there. One of the OGs that was in the game all those years ago back in the 1980s. And the guy that I am referring to is Frogger himself. Frogger, it was a very fun game series. I loved playing the old classic arcade games. They were super fun to get into, and I just have so many memories surrounding that game. Frogger's just awesome. And since I make these videos just talking about the possibilities of these characters potentially getting into Super Smash Bros. 6, and if they don't, that's fine. But today I want to give Frogger a shout to see if he could potentially get into the game when it comes to all of the ideas that I have surrounding this character. So without further ado, allow me to share exactly what those ideas are surrounding Frogger. So man, I've been thinking about who should join Super Smash Bros. 6 whenever that game happens in the far future, and Frogger keeps hopping into my head, pun intended by the way, because seriously, this little green dude's been around since 1981, dodging cars and jumping logs in that classic arcade game we all know. And he's not just some random character. He's a legit gaming legend, and I feel like Smash is all about honoring that kind of history, and Frogger's got the track record to hang with the big names like Mario and Link. And what I love about Frogger is how he's for everybody. I mean, who hasn't at least heard of him? He's not stuck to one system or franchise. He's this universal icon. I've seen little kids playing him on their tablets, and my uncle still talks about wasting quarters on him back in the day. That kind of vibe where he bridges the old and the new is exactly what I think Smash could use to keep things exciting. Plus, Frogger would bring something totally different to the roster. We've got plenty of sword guys and punchy types, but a speedy frog bouncing around like a maniac? That's new. I can already see him throwing people off with his wild hops and dodges. It'd be such a cool change from the usual heavy hitters. I'm all about mixing it up, and he'd do that in spades. And honestly, I just think Frogger's story deserves this moment. He's not out there swinging a sword or saving princesses. He's just a frog trying to get home through all of that chaos. I relate to that hustle, you know? He's humble, he's scrappy, and I'd love to see him leap into Smash to show what he's made of. Okay, so let's get into how Frogger would actually fight in Smash, because I've been thinking about how his moveset could work. For his basic stuff, I'm thinking his jabs a quick tongue flick. Short but fast, like he's grabbing a bug. His dash attack's gotta be a big leap forward. Legs out, full of that frog energy that he has. The forward tilt's a little sideways hop to shove people back. The down tilt would be him crouching and kicking one leg out to trip folks. And his up tilt would just be a tiny hop with a headbutt. Simple, but fun. And his smash attacks, his side would be a huge two-legged kick. I'm talking him winding up and blasting someone across the stage. The down smash has him slam both feet down, splashing water around like he's hitting a puddle, nailing both sides. His up smash is him jumping straight up head first with this awesome boing sound, which would be perfect for knocking people around him. In the air, he'd be a hopping machine. The neutral air is him spinning mid-air with his legs tucked, hitting all around. The forward air is a sharp tongue lash. Time it right and it spikes. The back air is a double foot kick backward with solid knockback, while his down air is him dropping fast. Legs first, kinda like a frog bomb. The up air is a quick flip to pop people upward, floaty but snappy, just how I see him. Oh, and his grabs would be his tongue snagging someone. The pommel would be a little tongue slap. Then the forward throw flings them, down throw hops and squishes, back throw spins and tosses, and the up throw leaps up and drops him. I got some ideas where his neutral special could be this tongue snap where it's a range grab for items or enemies. The side special could be a log ride where he hops on a log and rides it forward, smashing into people. The up special would be a lily leap, a high jump to a lily pad that hangs there for a second as a platform. The down special would be a traffic dodge, a quick sidestep with some invincibility. And its final smash, which should be pretty obvious what it's going to be, is Highway Havoc, where you'll see cars, logs, and crocs just tear across the screen, wrecking everyone that's there. Now let's talk stages, because Frogger's World deserves some killer smash stages. First up, I'd go with a Highway Hustles-like stage, straight from that road crossing madness. It's a flat stage of cars zooming past, slow ones like turtles, fast ones like trucks, and you gotta dodge or get flattened. Maybe an alligator pops up from the bottom to chomp you if you're slacking. Then there's River Run, all about those water levels I love. Picture logs and lily pads drifting side to side with water gaps you could fall into if you miss a jump. I throw in a speeding current sometimes to shake things up, making everything move faster. Maybe a little frog pal hops on once in a while to cheer, and I dig that little touch. It'd be a blast trying to stay on those platforms. I'm also feeling a swamp showdown for a darker Frogger vibe. Think murky water, vines hanging down, and a big log in the middle as your main spot. Crocs could pop up to snap at you, and flies buzz around as tiny hazards to smack into people. The edges would be lily pads that sink if you stand too long. The last one would be a arcade alley, a throwback to his roots. Imagine a stage like an old arcade version with pixelated cars and logs scrolling by underneath. The edges flicker of retro effects, and maybe a giant insert coin sign drops in as a platform sometimes. I'd even sneak in a faint arcade hum for that nostalgic hit. Alright, so let's wrap this up with how I'd picture Frogger's reveal trailer for Smash 6, because I got this whole scene in my head. It kicks off with Mario, Pikachu, and Samus duking it out on the battlefield, all intense like usual. Then the camera swings to the side, and there's Frogger, just chilling on a lily pad at the edge. They all freeze, like, okay, who's this guy? And bam, the screen goes black, a new challenger approaches, pops up, and I'd be losing it right there. We would cut to some gameplay clips of Frogger doing his thing. He's dodging Mario's fireballs with the traffic dodge, snagging Pikachu with that tongue snap, and yeeting him off stage. The music's this dope remix of his theme, all smashified, while he's hopping around the River Run stage that I talked about earlier, outplaying Samus. I'd want a slow-mo version of his final smash, Highway Havoc, with cars and crocs smashing through. It would be a total madness, which is the kind of energy I'd live for in the trailer. Then it gets cinematic. Frogger's crossing a highway in his old-school game, dodging trucks like a pro. Mid-jump, the log he's on turns into a smash platform, and he lands in a brawl with Link and Donkey Kong. He hits Link with an up tilt into a forward air, then sends DK flying. Cameras zoom on his smug little frog face. The tagline hits, Frogger hops in. Then it ends quiet. Frogger's back on his lily pad, surrounded by Smash fighters eyeing him. He croaks, hops off screen, and the Smash 6 logo slams in. Maybe a quick post-credit bit with him kicking it with Villager and Isabelle, all chill. I'd watch that trailer forever, and it'd sell me on Frogger in a heartbeat, and I bet you guys would be hyped as well. So those were the ideas that I had in mind when it comes to Frogger's inclusion in Super Smash Bros. Like I said, if this never happens, that's fine. I just do these videos for fun because I always love talking about the possibilities of these characters potentially getting into a Super Smash Bros. Game. And if I'm just being 100% honest with you guys, like I stated earlier, I feel like Frogger deserves it. He's a gaming icon. It's one of those classic games a lot of people used to play all those years ago, and people still play those games till this day. It's just a simple game. You're a frog trying to get to the other side, so you could finally make it home and just chill. And I just feel like, you know, since Smash loves bringing back a lot of those retro characters, like we saw with the Ice Climbers, for example, or Kid Icarus back in the day, I just feel like it would make sense if Frogger happens to be one of those characters. But other than that, if you guys have any thoughts of your own when it comes to your ideas about Frogger potentially getting into Super Smash Bros., be sure to share all the ideas that you have in mind with me in the comment section down below. And if you guys enjoy the content on the channel, as always, be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. If you guys want to follow me on my social media, be sure to check out my X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. All the links to those are located in the description below. Be sure to click on that bell for notifications so you guys are notified whenever I'm dropping a video on the channel. But other than that, I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be. If it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.